Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We are now on my fourth attempt at recording this video. It should have been up like literally 2 weeks ago, but it's fine. Happy New Year, guys. How are we doing? How is the new year treating us? Like, I hope all of us are taking care of our mental health. I have no idea what that looks like for everybody else, but for me, it looks like limiting my screen time and working out. And by limiting my screen time, I'm like, my screen time's like 12, 14 hours. So like anything under that, I consider limiting, okay? Anyway. Today we're gonna talk about books I've read. Now, did I write synopsises for all of the books that I read? Yes, but every time I do that, this video is literally 45 minutes long. So we're gonna go into the books, what I liked about them, what I didn't like, and we're just gonna go from there, okay? Because any other way I do this, it's gonna be long-winded. This might be long-winded. I don't know. So we're gonna start with the book I just read recently. So, also, I'm starting a book club on Fable, if you're not on there. It's basically like Goodreads and all those other like book apps. Squeeze me. And we're gonna be reading the Night Defy series. So we're gonna start that February 2nd. And my goal for this year for the Tube of You is to upload at least once a month. That is where I'm setting myself as far as consistency goes. Mind you, we're on the 4th attempt of this one. So that's how you know, like, I'm trying my best, okay? Anyway, if you are still here, love you to bits and pieces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please give your girls some book recs because I fear I'm about to hit a book slump. Actually, I know I'm in a book slump because I'm currently reading 3 different books and have yet to finish either. And I've been doing that for like the last 2 weeks. So, yeah. Anyway, we're just going to start off with The Gift by Frida McFadden. I gave that book 5 stars. Pros, the book is short, easy read. Good book to get me out of my slump, and it had a nice little twist. Cons, none. Honestly, it's by Frida McFadden. The book is like maybe 100 pages. It's not long by any sense of the word. I loved it. The Coworker was the next book I read by Frida McFadden. I gave this one 4 stars. If there's anything you're going to hear about the book, it's going to be the turtle references, and that is why this book did not get 5 stars. I did like this book because of the amount of twists and turns and the short chapters. It's really fast-paced. Cons, turtle references. This one I was like, oh, I know the twist. And then there was another one, and then there was another one. I just feel like Frida McFadden loves to think, oh, you think you know what's about to happen? Bet you don't know anything. 10s across the board. Love her down. All right, now this next book was all over my TikTok For You page. I'm not really a rom-com girly because they really don't like grab my attention, but I was like, the Frida McFadden book kind of upset me because of like the turtle references. So I was like, okay, we're not gonna do Frida McFadden. So I was like, okay, let's do a palate cleanser. I read Emily Henry. So basically the book is fake dating. I think that's the trope. I don't really know the like rom-com tropes, but basically it's fake dating. The book had a little bit of spice, which I did not mind. It was very cute. I liked it. I did give the book, I think, what was my rating? 3.5 stars. It's a very interesting plot, a little bit of spice, and it was short, which I'm not mad at. Now, the next book, which I read 3 books by this author. Well, I read 3 books by this author this month. My first ever book by this author. We'll get a little bit into that. So, the next book I read is Saving Noah by Lucinda Berry. If you know anything about Lucinda Berry, you're probably in therapy, your mental health is probably in shambles, and you probably should be talking to somebody about these concerns. So, first book I read by her was called Appetite for Innocence. There's no trigger warnings on these books. There should be. Miss Lucinda Berry, let's maybe do that. But I don't really get triggered that easily, so like it wasn't an issue, but like I kind of knew the preface of both of these books going into them. But basically okay, we're not gonna get sidetracked. We're gonna talk about Saving Noah. Saving Noah is about the story of this essentially perfect kid who is a child predator. And it's not super graphic in the sense of like what you would imagine, but he is what he is. And basically you're getting the perspective of Noah, of what happened to him when he was in therapy, his life outside of therapy, because he goes to like rehab for it. They don't send him to jail, and basically you hear about his life in jail and you get the mom's perspective. So it was so beautifully written. It was so sad. I don't know the last time I cried reading a book. I was sobbing, and I probably would be sobbing now if this wasn't my fourth take about this book, because I literally just sobbed when I recorded this video literally like 5 minutes ago. But I'm not crying now, but I'm telling you, I was sobbing. I was so sad. And then when I told my friend the book I was reading, she was literally questioning me. She was like, that's an interesting book. But it was really good. I did give that one 5 stars. The trigger warnings for this one, let me get into that. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Trigger warnings are SA, death, child abuse, unaliving, child loss, explicit content of a minor, and grief. So she might not give you trigger warnings, but I will. And I think the story was beautifully written. The dual POV is fantastic. The characters, the storyline, the emotion, it was all good. Cons, honestly, I wouldn't say there's a single con about this book. I loved it. 5 stars. Now, we're going to talk about The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. This book, 2.5 out of 5 stars. Pros, I'm not really sure this book has any, to be honest. I would say fast-paced and short, thank God. And then cons, the child, the husband, and the gaslighting. So basically it's about the Bowers. They adopt this child who is literally the spawn of Satan. She murders their cat. She murders the wife's sister. And she literally throws these screaming tantrums. She throws poop against the wall. She just poops anywhere. And what's that story about that child that they adopted? What is it, case 42, case 59? She murdered her mom, and then when you find out like the mom kept her in a cage, and you're just probably like, oh, okay, I get it, I see why. Because there's no way on God's green earth a 6-year-old murders her mother. And you're like, you know what, this child is psychologically sane. No. And then the second book I read was also by Lucinda Berry, because I started reading this book before I read that book, because I didn't know it was a part 2 to the other book. But it's basically a welcome reunion, and basically Janie, which is the girl they adopted, comes out of rehabilitation at 18 and basically wrote a book about her experience with the Bowers. And she lived with them for like maybe 2 years, if that. It was like maybe a year and a half. And she basically she manipulates the son, because they had a son biologically, because they were having fertility issues, which is why they adopted her in the first place. And she basically manipulates their biological son, and basically Hannah's like, yeah, you're not. So she kills her, and story ends. Brownie points, I gave this one a 3 stars because I gave the first book 2 stars, and then the second book 2.5 because she kills her. So I was like, thank God. I'm sick of her ass. And then we have Run Away With Me by Daniel Hurst. This book is very typical. You have Laura and Adam, married couple, and then you have Gemma and Bradley, the mistresses and the misters. This lady's pregnant. Her husband comes home one day and she's all like, I murdered someone, we need to leave. This takes place outside of the United States. Come to find out that the baby she's carrying isn't the husband's, it's Bradley's. The husband's like, we need to kill her. He meets this cop and she's like, I can show you how to do it because I'm a cop, I know the ins and outs, this is what we have to do. So the geniuses basically take out their plot to kill them. They successfully kill Bradley, but the wife and the baby survive. Wife comes out, the doctors are like, yeah, her memory is gone, like she's not gonna remember anything. Remembers everything, runs to the police, tell the police what happens, traps the husband, he confesses to everything, police come out, like, we got all that on video. Boom. Loved it. Loved it. Very good book. 5 stars. Quick, predictable, fun. I have no notes, not a single one. Great book. The next book that we read is That's Not My Name by Megan Lawley. So basically, I thought I knew the twist in this book, which me personally, I'm not a super overanalyzer. Like when I'm reading a book, I'm not reading a book and thinking like, how is this book gonna end? Like, you know, there's some people who like watch a movie and they're like, oh, I know exactly how this movie is gonna end. I just watch a movie and I'm just all like, I'm just watching the movie to see how this plays out. If it's not blaringly obvious, then I'm just like, oh, I'm just watching it, you know? So I kind of think that's how I am with books. So basically, this is another dual POV. You get the POV of this girl named Maddie, and you get this POV of her boyfriend, or what the author perceives as, wants us to think is her boyfriend, Drew. And basically, Mary is found on the side of the road. She has no memory. Her dad comes looking for her, and basically he has her school ID, her birth certificate, her social security card, and he has family photos. The girl looks exactly like the girl in the photos, and you're just like, oh, okay. Cops are all like, well, everything checks out. So he lets her go with Jane Doe, and basically comes to find out that that's not her dad. He just kidnaps girls who look like his daughter because he did murder his daughter. And you think that that is Drew's girlfriend, but it's not. Drew comes to find her, and when he realizes that it's not his girlfriend, he's all like, what's your girlfriend's name? He's like, Lola. And she was all like, that was the last name that was carved in here before me. So Lola was the 8th girl he kidnapped. Madison was the 9th. So basically he's like, well, I'm still gonna save her, this, that, and the third. They save her, they kill the guy who kidnapped her, and basically Drew is still sad because he still feels responsible, because the reason that she went to walk home that night is because he broke up with her. And I thought it was a good little book. I gave that one 3.5 stars. Yeah. So next book that I read, I gave it 2 stars. So it's called Don't Let Her Stay by Nicola Sanders. It's basically about a wife named Joanne, their daughter Evie, Chloe, which is Richard's daughter. So Joanne and Richard are married, and Chloe is his daughter from a previous marriage. This book drags. This book drags on the whole book, and you're kind of irritated at like the wife, because you're like, girl, this man is about to lock you up. Please stop talking to him. But you're kind of like, dude, like, what's your problem? And then at the end, everything comes out. Literally the last 4 chapters is when this book gets good, and then they leave the book on a cliffhanger. So not only did this book not get good till the last chapter, but you then proceed to leave it on the cliffhanger. I don't know if there's a second book. I don't even know if I want to like commit myself to that time, because you could have you didn't have to leave the book on the cliffhanger. That was a choice you made, and I don't like that choice, because it wasn't a good book. I don't recommend it. And then the last book I read, which is my last read, is The Widow's Husband's Secret Lie. It's by Frida McFadden. This one's also a short story, specifically a satirical. It's a novella, and a word in front of that I cannot seem to enunciate right now. I know it's satire, but it's like satirical. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that, but nonetheless, the book was good. It was so cheesy. It was so cheesy. It was so good. I've never seen like a trope with triplets. But basically, Frida, the wife thinks she kills her husband. Come to find out the husband has a twin brother. Did not see that coming. Twin brother has like 6 kids from a previous marriage. Mind you, the wife doesn't know he has a twin brother. She kills the twin brother. There's another one. It's triplets. And the funny part about this book is the whole preface about this book is whether the dress is blue or black or yellow and gold. Do y'all remember that meme that was going around Twitter? I thought that was so funny. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all know which one I'm talking about though. And I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to find it. Oh, all I had to type in was blue or black dress. So yeah, it was this little meme that was going around. And like some people thought it was blue or black. Obviously this one's clearly blue or black. If you say it's white or gold, you're stupid. And then there was like, I'm pretty sure there was like a white and gold version of that, but that's the dress. And yeah, the whole preface is like he's a perfect husband, and then he comes home and he buys her this dress, and she's like, oh, the dress is blue and black, and he's like, no, it's white and gold. And he gets livid. He buys her so much stuff in like blue and black, and you're like, what is going on? What is wrong with this man? But it was a cute little short little fun little book. That one I did rate 5 stars. Typical Frida fashion. I love this book. I love the cheesiness of it all. Yeah, I still didn't see the plot twist coming, which is great. So those are the books I read this month. I'm wondering if this format of me telling you guys about the books I read is great, because I did read 10 books. That's a lot to kind of summarize, but I don't really know. But yeah, so I'll show you guys the book that we're going to be reading in my book club come this Sunday. It's Defy the Night. It's the first book in the series. It's by Bridget. It's by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the book. And this is my little book club. It's like 5 people. And I love that. Are there people in this book club who have read the book but are excited to see everyone else read it? Yeah, but like, whatever. So yeah, I want to know how you guys like this format of me like telling the stories. Just because maybe I will just, maybe next month I'll just tell you guys the books that I liked and then go over those, and then just, I don't really know. I don't know, but I'm really excited to be into reading again. According to my stats, I should be finished with my book goal by June. That's saying I read 10 books a month or whatever, but I had really fun with most of these books. My average rating for books is 3.8, and then I've read 3 Frida McFadden books and 3 Lucinda Berry books. So if you guys have any good like book recs, let me know. I will let you know what's on my TBR list for the month of February and what I'm currently reading right now. So I'm reading this one. We can remove The Locked Door, Frida McFadden. I'm reading The Girls in the Cabin by Caleb Stevens, and then The Party by Lisa Hall, and then People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, and then If You Tell by Olsen Greg. Now, my TBR list, I did see this Let Them theory by Mel Robbins, which I was seeing all over TikTok. So basically this is a little bit about the books that I'm like reading. These are like all the books I have. So yeah, some of these I did read. This is the book I was telling you about by Frida McFadden. So these are just like some of the books that I just like plan to read that I have downloaded currently. Frida McFadden did come out with a new book. This book? Phenomenal. But Frida McFadden did come out with a new book, Crash. So definitely probably gonna read that next month. And then I do want to get through the rest of Frida McFadden's catalog. These are the books by her that I have not read. So let's see. I want to get through Frida McFadden and Lucinda Berry's catalog because I'm like obsessed with both of those. So let's see. So by Frida McFadden, I have Brain Damage, Dead Mad. Also, did you guys know Frida McFadden's a practicing doctor? Nuts. This girl cranks out books like nobody's business. Do Not Disturb, Do You Remember, One by One, The Boyfriend, The Ex, The Inmate, The Locked Door, which I'm currently reading, The Surrogate Mother, The Wife Upstairs, Want to Know a Secret, and Ward D. And then obviously I need to add The Crash on there, but I think these are all of her books. I need to get the rest of Lucinda Berry's catalog because I don't have it. But as far as books by her go, I think I'm gonna stick to it. So I know Frida McFadden has another book set for like May or something. Like, girl, calm down, put the pen down. But no, I'm just kidding. So yeah, that's really all I have for this video. Let me know you guys' thoughts. If you guys have read any of these books, if you guys want to read any of these books, if you guys have any suggestions, I will put my Fable link in there if you guys do want to join my book club. It's 5 people in there and I'm so excited. I've decided that psychologically, if I did have a realistic book club and there were 5 people in there, I'd be stoked. So yeah, is there only 5 people in there? Yeah, but if there was 5 people in my house and we were reading a book, I'd be so excited. So right now it's 5. Who's to say what we're gonna end the year with? You know what I'm saying? But that is this video. I'm so happy you guys are here, and to all the people who have stuck around for my millions and millions and millions and millions of chances of taking this seriously, I want to give you the hugest kiss on the forehead. And I'm so happy you're here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have the best day ever. This year has been, it's been a long year. I know you guys. BJ's has Pazookies for $5 on Tuesday. So like, I don't know, maybe go get yourself a Pazookie this Tuesday. And yeah, that is all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have the absolute best day ever. This is from the Billie Eilish concert. I can put my case on my phone now. My case has pictures of my kid on it, and I'm actually obsessed with it, and I love that it has like the little charms on here. I did have a charm on here, but I took it off. But yeah, it just has pictures of my little chicken nugget. So yeah, well, have a good day, guys. One video a month, you guys. I'm gonna do 1 video a month. This is my upload for January. Now the fun part begins. Let's edit her and get her on the tube of you.